So today we're gonna do this bronzy makeup tutorial. I love this for an everyday look, so please enjoy. Hey, so today we're gonna do a quick everyday bronzy makeup tutorial. So it's pretty easy, you don't need too much, you just need a little bit of bronzer, brown eyeliner, any type of nude lip liner or a lipstick. So let's get started. So, I'm just taking a little bit of powder and putting it into my creases. So I have oily skin, so I have to kind of powder down. I like just kind of start with any kind of white eyeshadow. So let's take a little bit of this. Just on the eyebrow bone. Other side. So you can use any bronzer, but what I like to do is, so there's warm toned and there's cool toned bronzers, right? So this is cool, this is warm. Doesn't matter what brand, it all works. Just find what works for your skin tone. So I like going with a warmer toned bronzer. I just take a fluffy brush like this. And in we go. Like using the fluffy brush to start, and then something that's, you can take a look. One's a little bit bigger, one's a little bit smaller. So I'm just gonna go in with the smaller one, with the same shade. Just get into that crease and create a little more depth. Just using that little brush, it just kind of darkens it up a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Kind of go back in with the fluffy brush, just there we go. Perfect. So next thing, we're going to want to curl our lashes. So mine has cat hair all over it. Do about like 10 seconds for each side. Okay. Just a little more on this side. I like to curl my lashes before I get into the liner because I find it just wipes on here, right? So, all right, so let's go in. So any kind of gold-ish highlighter or eyeshadow, I'm just gonna use Becca's Champagne Pop. So what I do is I take a big brush like this and I just take a lid and take some powder. Where's my spray? So any kind of setting spray and just kind of spray it into the lid. You can go like that, dip it, right? And then we go into my very well used highlighter here. Just all over the lid. Just kind of pat it. So with this, it doesn't matter what you use. You can use like whatever works in makeup. I find it doesn't matter if it's eyeshadow or highlighter. It's just finding like a formula that works for you, that you like. And then going back with the fluffy brush, just kind of doing your crease a little more again. Good. Alright, it's like you want to blend it because you don't want it to go on caked on. Like, the number one rule is blend, 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 blend. If you can see any harsh lines in your eyeshadow, then you haven't blended enough, and that can be a little distracting, right? So next I'm just gonna take a dark brown eyeliner. This one is Bold Brown from Maybelline. So just getting into the inner waterline. I'm a huge fan of these Maybelline eyeliners. They stay and they're super glossy, so just kind of doing a bit of a wing. Trying to start it anyways, right? So we'll get back and we'll kind of just want to kind of like pull it out with your finger. That's gonna be the start of it, and we can like come back. We'll see if I butcher this here for you guys, but let's hope not. I find mascara hides everything, so it's imperative in that step, right? So next I'm using a liquid eyeliner by NYX in brown. So let's go get that wing. Ooh, see, there we go. We knew this was gonna happen, but that's okay. We're prepared. It's good because, like, when you're learning how to do wings, it's like you screw them up so much that if you don't screw it up, then I'd be surprised, right? I know everyone has different shaped eyes, so it's... But when you screw it up, it's okay because it's great practice for learning how to fix it, right? Let's just do the other side. There we go. Let me just work it out a bit. All right, they're mostly even, right? There we go. So what I like to do is add like a little bit of lash serum before I put on my mascara. I found this has helped me grow my eyelashes quite a bit. I put it on twice a day. I'm gonna take, well, we can either do like a foundation type pencil or, but because we're gonna do it anyways, like any concealer, so whatever concealer you like to use. I find I'm not so big on heavy foundation like I used to be, because it cakes on and it gets on everything. But I find that I love foundation when it's, if I'm trying to like balance out my complexion for when I'm like fake tanning, but or if I'm going to have like a night out and I want to look extra put together, then I'll put on foundation. But I find these days I'm pretty lax and pretty lazy, just because I have a bit of a pink chin. Just try to get all the through here, pull it down here, around on my red chin. Just like that, right? So if we take a brush, this is also another trick, but I find you just wanna make sure you do it properly. It doesn't matter, as long as you have a brush where you feel like you're in control. So let's just kind of dab that and out. Sharpen that bad boy up. Right? Same thing here. Sharp. moving on. Just take a sponge. Just blend it in. So, how many of you wear sunblock every day? So, I wear SPF 50 every single day with that zinc oxide. So, I find that a lot of girls hate sunblock, but you know, I'm almost 40 and well, I don't have too many wrinkles, so there's something to be said for wearing it, I think. I think the trick is because a lot of girls think it's so heavy that you have to kind of really blend it in, let it soak in, and then just wipe off whatever's excess, or like kind of sponge off whatever's excess, and then you can start putting on your makeup. I know for myself, like I naturally have oily skin, so the next thing I'm going to take the bronzer again, going back. Use a little brush like this and just tap it in. Just gonna do a little under eye shadow. Just kind of going back in. Making sure it's blended nicely. Just like that. Alright, so my next favorite thing is taking, you can either take like a bronze, right? Or you can use like light brown. This one is chestnut. But my absolute favorite is an orange one, like it's a burnt orange from Urban Decay, so it's in Torch it's called. But I take this and it's probably my favorite for doing my waterline. I love how it's just makes your eyes pop. It doesn't matter what color of eyes you have. Especially with these contacts. Like I love playing with contacts, so but that's the beauty. It doesn't matter if you have brown eyes or blue eyes, like this is the best. Waterline ever. So you take a look at that, right? So let's play with the brows a little bit here. What I'm going to do is I'm using like a universal medium from Annabelle. I find I have to use kind of blonde. I can't use brown because it's just too dark on me. I just do little feather strokes. Pulling it down. Same here. Feather strokes. Alright. So next things next, I like to take any kind of powder. I'm just going to use translucent here. I'm going to use a big fat fluffy brush, and because I have oily skin, I have to do it this way. So we just start, like, I try to get it like right up into my hairline a little bit, because I'll get my bronzer on my face and then I'll have a white hairline, and that's no good. Got an itchy face. So I'm just using this RCMA powder, but like I say, just find like what you like what's your favorite. I think there's the beauty of the market today is that there's so many good products out there. I just like to do my chin. Cheeks. My nose and hair. Just anywhere you can be putting the bronzer just so that it will stick a little bit better. Alright, so who's ready for mascara? If I can find my mascara, where'd it go? Here we go. Okay. So any mascara, right? Like, I'm using the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. But I like to go down first. Just like really wiggle it. And then I have like a billion cat hairs stuck on my mascara. That's what happens when you have Persian cats. Up. Of course, my eyelashes want to clump today. Of course. So, if you're clumping, sometimes I like to use this as well, like if I'm having a hard time with my lashes, because if you look at the brush, it's like really good for kind of combing through. Well, they're clumping today, and that's all right. So if this happens, I like to kind of try to fix it. We'll let that dry for a moment and just see how she goes. This is, I guess, a 101 on clumping eyelashes too. It doesn't always happen to me every single day, but today it's challenging me. So if it gets in your crease, then just blend it in. Alright? Alright, we will come back to the mascara. We're gonna let that dry a little bit. So when it comes to bronzer, I like to kind of mix on the face just because I'm so pale that I feel like if I use too much of this, unless I'm totally tanned, it looks a little bit orange. So I like to kind of take the cooler and kind of mix it together. right? So I'm going to take this to start. Just start with the cool toned. Just kind of contour with it. And dipping back in. Just the jawline. I love using the cool toned. See, look at that. Look how much that defines your jawline. So if you can kind of see, you don't want it to have any sharp lines. You want it to really blend with your natural skin tone. So I'm going to take this brush here. It's kind of like a fluffy powder brush, and just kind of get it in. Like really get it into right here is where I'm talking about, like when you get it too dark here and you don't want it to be lighter than what's right there. So, but like I say, the #1 rule of makeup is blend, 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 right? Just take a little more and kind of like do the neck. Blending it down, and then I like to bring it down if you're pale like me, so then you don't just have like a white chest, right? And just a little on the nose. Next, we are gonna take, this one's kind of like a bit of like a giant bronzing brush. So this time we're gonna go in with the warm toned. We're just gonna do the whole face and see how bright that is. This one is almost like a bit more of a blush when you apply it. I'm just gonna do a little concealer because I've got a bit of a rash right there. And just powder away. There we go. All right. So next things next. I feel like if you've got a bit of like a warm, it's so important to make sure you blend. It's like, I cannot emphasize that enough. next we're gonna take some blush. So this one is Belisma Bronze. So I like to take like any kind of shimmery type bronzer, but this one is just gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. So just taking a blush brush. We'll just kind of get into the apples of the cheeks there. I like to pull this up a little higher. And then I like to kind of add it a little bit everywhere else. Perfect. Now going back to any light colored golden eyeshadow or any type of light golden highlighter like this one from Becca again. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to take a brush. Lately this has been working really well for me for doing highlighter. It just covers the whole cheek, so it's really nice. So again, just spraying into the lid like that. Dip it in and kind of tap. Ooh. This is gonna go on strong. Okay, and I like to kind of start at the cheek. You want to make sure the brush is wet because it's and again, blend it really well while it's still wet and then get back in. Because you don't want it to be too cakey. I've seen it quite a few times and I'm probably guilty of this as well, so same thing for other cheek, like spray. And back in. Is that like putting on too much highlighter and then you get into like the natural light and it looks caked, like a caked layer. And I think, of course, like you're gonna do it a number of times when you're learning how to do your highlighter, and I probably still do it some days. But at least, you know, you get better at it with time. But see that right there, that's too much, but it looks all right on camera. But in real life, we want everything to be seamless, right? Just pull it up. Now going in, some powder. I really love this white powder. It's just, well, it's translucent, right? But and then blend, blend, blend. And if you want to sharpen up, again, and same side thing. Sharpen it up. Now let's see if we can readdress these eyelashes again. It's typically what I don't like to do is like after I do my makeup. Not bad. Just keep kind of going back and forth. So if you see how much that really brought them up, so maybe I should be doing it afterwards, but all right, and let's go back with that mascara. Looks like it helped just let's get the lower lashes a bit. Back up. So then you have some huge lashes. All right, so going back to highlighter, and if there's like a little bit of wetness in that lid, I like to take, so you don't need, you just need a thin brush, and I love going like that. And then like that. So you can either go like this, or if you want to add some lipstick. I'm a big fan of the lipstick, and you're probably going to see 100 billion lipstick videos from me because I'm just obsessed with lipstick. So where are we here? So my favorite lip liner at the moment is, it's kind of like a dark reddish. It's like that. Well, it's almost the same color as the bronze type eyeliner here. But I should add that in. So the bronze liner, I like to take the orange up there and then just kind of blend this into the lash line just underneath it and connect it to that wing, just on the outside. There we go. It really pulls it together. So with lips, so I have my lips tattooed, and she went over the vermilion line. So I like to kind of shape them, because you can see mine right there is my line. So now I'm just gonna dab off some of the lip gloss that I have on. Just like that. So now take like pretty much, oh, that one. Any nude lipstick. Doesn't have to be anything expensive. I'm just gonna use Mac and Myth, and just kind of lightly blend that. And then the next one is going to be the new Maybelline vinyl ink that they have out. I'm just obsessed with these. So yeah, this one is in Captivated. So I take that, and so before it dries, I like to really take that, dab. And there you have it. This is the final look, and this is one of my favorite everyday kind of fast, well, it's not so fast, 30 minutes plus, but 40 minutes. I hope you enjoyed.